Hello, everybody, and welcome back here to the BTS Pro Series. My name is Cryptic. I'm here with Captain Canuck and Neph as we are getting ready to go into game number 2 of the grand finals, Nouns versus Shopify Rebellion. And my God, did Shopify Rebellion come out swinging today? Holy hell.
Yeah, that one was rough to say the least. I mean, I think it started 0-16 or something like that. Now it was in complete shambles there. The lanes fell apart. They went for something kind of unusual. The position for Undying, like swapped their heroes around. It did not work for them at all. So hopefully they're able to reset after that.
I hope so, man. What do you
Yeah,
think?
hopefully this can be a lesson for teams. Undying, that's I think that's a one role hero. Maybe you get away with it off lane, but yeah, that 4 position is just not nice. And it was something that I called out during the game, like saying they had this Tusk and Undying duo, which I don't think is bad as a duo, but by putting the Tusk in 5, its XP suffers, and there was this moment there where Undying was running around at level 7 and Tusk was at level 5, and it's like, okay, well, the guy that's supposed to be making plays, the guy that's supposed to be catching heroes, can't do it because he's under leveled because he had to kind of pour safe lane there. But draft opens up the same for the first 3 picks here, but deviates as Nouns pick up the early Doom. I like this opening a lot better. I think it gives them a little bit of flexibility and maybe an answer for some of these heroes that Shopify was able to get off the ground with so well in game number 1.
I agree. I'm a big fan of the Doom. I think this hero counters out a lot that you can bring to the table. Pretty much blocks certain picks completely, and is flexible. I will say I think Moo has played it the last several times for Nouns, but it is obviously something you could take to the safe lane or the mid lane. Um, so we'll see what they decide to do with it. Nev, how do you feel? You getting a little bit more confidence in your team here on this draft?
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm kind of a zero loss team fan here. Nouns took their first loss just now. I think it's all over now, boy.
Oh
I'm gonna
no,
be honest. It took every series 2-0 up until now. We take a single loss. It might be over.
the shambles.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now. I don't know. The last game was tough to watch. I like the Doom opening a lot better. I think like no matter what this hero does do well in lane, difficult to push him out. But you've given up the Death Prophet again, and this was a pretty significant issue last time. DP here that can actually fight into the Undying quite well, but it's played in position 3. Um, so if you do plan on not running this in position 4 again, like, please, I hope not in position 4 again. Then at level 3, the Death Prophet can just walk at the Undying. It doesn't matter how much strength you steal. You've got 2 charges of Spirit Siphon. That is enough to fight into almost anybody in the early game. And Tiny's going to help set that up for you. So surprised
Yeah.
they were willing to give that up to Shopify Rebellion again.
Yeah, and something I was pretty shocked about actually last game was the Tiny left the bottom lane pretty early, and I kind of expected, okay, maybe Saberlight's going to eat a death or 2 here because you got this Tusk Shadow Fiend. We talked about what that can do for your raises, make sure they land and stuff. And the DP's just solo down there looks like should have been susceptible to dying, but we went away, looked at a couple other lanes, and came back, and Saberlight was just like 3 levels above both of them. Like, I don't know what was going on down there while we were looking away, but just Death Prophet totally self-sufficient, and it allows Loud Crit to get out on the map and have a huge impact on the early half of the game.
So what's the response to this Death Prophet hero? Because we're seeing the same types of bans, right? We see the Nature's Prophet, the Lina, the Terrorblade, and the Drow all removed, and Death Prophet keeps having just like free games. So there's got to be a hero that can deal with this, right? Like they can't just keep getting away with an uncontested Death Prophet, can they?
No, yeah, and you need burst, right? Like you need something that can, kill it before she can get back to full health off the Spirit Siphon, right? And I think that's the reason that the hero's so strong right now is that a lot of these kind of burst heroes, save for Lena, are completely out of meta, right? Like Lion is like a hero I would normally think of as kind of good against DP, like maybe Ancient Apparition or something like that. But these just aren't heroes we see nowadays. Teams either don't play them or they just feel too weak numbers wise. They get run down by other heroes. So it's really hard to find those types of heroes that you think you can do it with. The idea with Doom, obviously, you get on top of the Death Prophet before the Exorcism goes up, before the Spirit Siphons go up. doom him out, and then you can find those kills. But still a fast hero that's hard to chase down even when it's doomed.
Yeah. I think that, like the reason for this TB and the Draw Ranger ban is just getting rid of the heroes that can't actually blow up the DP, like you mentioned. And Doom is like already against it, but the damage from Doom doesn't come out that fast,
Yeah.
which is kind of an issue here. So hopefully Nouns responds to something that can output damage extremely quickly. I wouldn't mind seeing. I don't know. I feel like Kunkka's a decent hero for setting up on the Death Prophet. I wouldn't mind to see that here. And given that you banned out both the Bat Rider and the Timbersaw, I would not be surprised to see it picked up here. It would be completely different from the previous game where you had cores in both the off lane and the safe lane. They kind of play super far back. The Shadow Fiend and the Enigma. And when the mid laner, who was kind of a frontline hero, fell apart as well, things really didn't go so well for you. And you weren't going to do well into that matchup to begin with, the Queen of Pain into the Primal Beast, but it was made even worse by like the first blood and whatnot by the clock got.
Okay.
It is definitely not what I was expecting.
It was definitely different, but so I was sitting here thinking, I was like, they actually did a really smart change in the draft here on Shopify, right? They see that Ursa's already banned. They ban out the Snapfire and instantly pick Fly's Phoenix, which he is really strong on this hero. That max health percentage based damage, very good from that Sunray in terms of dealing with heroes like Undying and Doom. And Nouns just they just steal a little bit of what Shopify was doing. They go for the Silencer and Naga Siren. Really strong damage lane. And Death Prophet does definitely need to be a little careful about that.
10 seconds.
Yeah, and I like some of the ideas here. Clearly you've got two heroes that like to full commit on fights. Death Prophet pops the Exorcism, Phoenix maybe eggs, and now you have kind of two ways to just walk away from that, right? Naga Siren songs, the whole team leaves. You global silence, the whole team leaves, that sort of thing. What I don't see is what your threat is early game, right? I see four heroes on Noun's side that kind of have a bit of a hard time catching, have a bit of a hard time killing, and it might be the scenario that like this team fight disengage that Nouns is looking for here doesn't end up mattering because the lanes collapse, right? And this is something I got in a call with Panders after his series with the 5 Rat series against Shopify the other day, and he was saying, something we look for is against Shopify specifically is how to survive the lanes, because the team is just so good that if you think too much about the late game, you're just going to get crushed early. And it's true. I think this is kind of something that Nouns is maybe trying to deal with themselves here.
That's kind of always been a staple of this squad, right? Even back when they were the EG team, right? They've always been the team that just plays lanes extremely well. They have they're just really good skill wise, all of their players in those roles. So if you don't manage to get crushed in the lanes, then you can look at going mid game, going late game. But if there's any team that you have to worry about in the lane stage, it's pretty much always Shopify.
Yeah, they've always snowballed off of those, but again, they look like an amazing form. This last series and the most recent one, playing the lanes really well, but then also outside the laning stage, just baiting this enemy team outside the base, know exactly how much they can tank. And they only have like a single slip up against 5 Rat, which show they aren't invincible, but this team is incredibly disciplined. Obviously in very good form today.
Was that a safe lane DK pick here potentially?
I doubt it.
That's what I was just trying to figure out.
Because like this hero owns Naga Siren late game with farm. Like Naga Siren has 0 kill threat on the DK. And I've seen Dragon Knights go for like Midas and then pick up actual like carry items. And I think they're anticipating a safe lane DK. Like they ban out the Darkseer again. Could be a DP mid and Dragon Knight into the safe lane, but we'll see. They banned out Coddle. That is some PTSD type of thing there, as they got absolutely crushed by a mid lane Coddle yesterday.
10 seconds. We're starting in 5 seconds.
We'll have to see. Again, I would be very surprised if it was a safe lane DK. Maybe though. I mean, decent stun. It does kind of shut down the Naga Siren in the late game. The only issue is that Naga Siren can't actually like kill the Dragon Knight. Doom does have a pretty easy time doing it, especially once you get the Aghanim Shard, like that percentage-based damage with Infernal Blade. on top of like the pseudo level death will do a lot of damage to him.
Do you want to make a
so he's not
wager,
gonna be
Neff?
invincible in the late game. All right. Oh, are we
10
doing this
seconds.
again?
We're doing it. One case of our favorite energy beverage.
5
All right.
seconds.
This is. You think it's going to be a safe
I
line
think it's
DK?
safely in DK. I think that's Arteezy's DK.
You think it's Arteezy's DK? It's not Arteezy's DK.
Radiant's up.
All right, I guess we'll see. The Invoker ban as well. I mean, that is this was something I thought they might pick last game. Honestly, I thought they might have gone for Invoker.
Where's your stuns
for
if you go
nouns.
for the Invoker here?
I mean, you have a lot of stuns. Kind of.
Kind
10
of.
seconds.
You have a lot of mini
Infernal
stuns.
Blade?
Yeah, you have
You have
Infernal
Infernal
Blade.
Blade,
You
that's
got
it.
Cold Snap. You got
5
Ensnare. Like you have a few stuns, I suppose, but it's a lot of damage is the thing, right? Like you just have a full commit. Like you can have kill threat from the side
I
lanes
really
as well.
don't like the Silencer and Dying support duo.
Alright,
I'm gonna be honest.
I don't either, man. I don't know why teams are attached to this. I think there's some allure to like, oh yeah, these heroes win your lanes, but you know, they kind of don't. Like we've seen it a few times now where like, yeah, okay, you get that harass, the lane like starts
10
to look good
seconds
at level 1 and 2,
Wow.
and then these heroes just kind of get killed or ignored.
5 seconds.
And you know, again,
Oh no.
we talked about this in the 5-rat series when I was here, was these catch issues, right? How do you find kills? How do you make action in the mid game? And Nouns is going to have problems with that. And now rubbing their face in it a little bit, grabbing the Primal Beast for Abed on last pick to say, hey, we can do it better. And interesting. I like this.
Neff, did
Yeah,
you see what name is under the Dragonite there? Have you scouted that one out
It
yet?
must have been a misclick there.
Misclick, you think? You think they're gonna ask for
Yeah.
a remake or what's going on there?
Yeah, probably asked for a remake. I'll give it up to you this time though,
Okay.
as it is him playing it, but definitely a misclick there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do like the Primal Beast. Like, this is a situation where you get to pick Primal Beast on 24. It's really good into the Naga Siren. Like, we talked about it last game. Like, we thought it was going to be potentially a 4 Primal Beast, you know, because it is so good against the Naga Siren in the lane. But you're also just against a mid lane Zeus. You do have the ability to farm this out pretty easily. And you have so much HP to work with. I don't think you can get kind of pushed out of the lane. So, I like it.
Yeah, I think this lane will go a lot better for Abed than it went for Gunnar last game. The Quap matchup is definitely a lot more rough than the Zeus. So you know, it might be a situation here where Shopify kind of shows Nouns how it's supposed to be done with that mid lane Primal getting off to a decent start and then chasing down that Naga Siren and making sure she doesn't get off to a good start as well. So I think that's a big thing to keep an eye out for in the series.
Man, Crit has a lot of Grandmaster heroes. This guy plays a lot of Dota.
Love the game, baby. Love of the game. I hope this game goes better than the last one. They're running this
You got
position
this?
4
You look
Undying
like you got
again,
this.
which I am not
Actually, you
crazy
look
about,
or
but
distracted
they're so
or trying
attached to
to-
it, it might work. They have to be onto something here. They go for it 2 games in a row. They really feel like it's going to work. But hopefully the start of this one is cleaner.
Yeah, and the one upside to this is like, you know, the big gripe I have is its playmaking ability, but thankfully Doom is a little bit more of a playmaker. You know, you can take that combo and all right, we're gonna Scorched Earth and Infernal Blade and Doom, and then the Undying can offer that little bit of extra damage on top of that. So there is a little bit of that, you know, catch, chase, kill potential in this game than there was last. But yeah, early smoke's kind of missing each other. Both teams going opposite sides and just doing their own thing right now. So
Heads up. 30 seconds.
All right, we'll see what happens here. For those of you maybe just tuning in, it is the grand finals. Good timing. Well, a little bit late, but I'll let it slide this time. Nouns versus Shopify Rebellion. Game number 2. I would say I'm with you guys. I really hope this game is a lot closer than last game, and I think it will be. I think their lanes are a little bit stronger here on Nouns. Like the off lane 4 position Undying, yeah, it's a little iffy, but playing into double strength in the lane, not that bad, I suppose.
yeah, it is going to be a little bit rough for Arteezy up on the top lane there, and especially the Doom as well. I'm not quite sure what the skill builds Moo will have here is, but you know, if you get a relatively early level 4 point Infernal Blade, that can really suck for a Dragon Knight as well.
I'm begging him to prove me wrong here and show me that this position 4 Undying is good. 2-man Decay to start off. Oh no, never mind. That's just 2 on 2 heroes. Had that one stacked up from earlier. But yeah, I'm begging for them to prove me wrong here. At the very least, this will end up reducing the DK's damage here. Pause 4 Undying. Be able to spam this off on the Dragon Knight. But he managed to get the range deny there anyways. Not a great start for them. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, this is going to go a lot better for Gunnar than the previous one did. You are able to get away from Primal Beast with that Heavenly Jump. It does do a very short duration slow onto him, which will stop him from being able to follow you with the trample. You have enough distance with the jump and the slow onto the Primal Beast, but you can get away from him pretty consistently.
Yeah, the real danger comes at level 6, and I think that's where we'll see the action start to heat up.
Yeah. But again, this should go better for him than the previous game. We already see him doing quite well here in the laning phase, so Gunner's game will be better. Meanwhile, on the bottom, I don't see them having too much kill potential onto Saberlight on the Death Prophet, but I don't think the Undying would have been great down here either. I think the Silencer is a much better lane support against the DP, because at level 3, you don't decay and walk in the Death Prophet anymore. And at 2-point Spirit Siphon means she just walks you down and you die. Silencer will be more useful for that reason at the very least.
Mid lane?
There's the jump though.
Yeah. Quick little play there by Abed.
Oh baby, the triple last hit on the Chain Lightning there.
Yeah, that was nice. That was slick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, on bottom here too, I think one of the interesting dynamics here as well is that, like with the Naga Siren, you always want to pick a hero that can kind of take the lane a little bit when Naga eventually wants to leave and start farming the map. And Silencer's a nice hero for that. I mean, like, scales really well with items. Getting like an early 4-staff or something on 5 is just like really nice. Can help keep you alive for good globals later. So, might be a thing here where they're kind of planning on this where, okay, eventually Yamson's going to leave. Saberlight's going to try to push the tower, but can't really get that building because Husky's there just, moving waves. Anyways, a little bit of action here. They're going on to the Silencer, but he's got the Fairy Fire moving back onto the tower, and a final Crypt Swarm does not finish him off, so he walks away from that barely alive, and so does Crit.
That's kind of just the sustain shown there from the Death Prophet. He had taken so much damage from these 2 heroes, but just gets 2 Spirit Siphons off, gets back up to like 3/4 HP, no problem.
Yeah, it just hit level 3 with that last creep wave as well. You're trying to get on before that. Man, pull up the creep wave.
Primal Beast forced to go pick up the Bounty Rune on the other side of the map.
You got both, right? Yeah. Goes over there, gets the Water Rune and the Bounty Rune in order to top his HP and mana back up. A little bit easier for him to move around to grab those, thanks to the early boots that he picks up, as well as having Onslaught to work with.
He's gonna try and make the play here onto the Death Prophet bottom. The Spirit Siphon again comes out, ends up peeling quite a bit off the illusions. Do you remember when or which hero is it that does extra damage to illusion, like just full heals? What is that? I can't remember.
Say it again.
There's like, I think maybe it is just Satanic. If you like attack an illusion with a Satanic, you just...
No, I think you have Brain Sap.
Is that... Oh, that's what it is, Brain Sap. I'm like, well, what is the instance where you just get so much health back? There's your first blood. Goes the way of Husky. Well played as they finally get the kill there onto the crit. Tiny. Top lane, the rotation in from Abed will help find the kill onto Mu, though.
I mean, Mu going down, not great, but you had to make rotation for it, and at least now it's on the board at the beginning of the game. So it is going better here in game number 2 than the first one did. Maybe now to get that reset after the first game.
It can't really have gone worse.
It doesn't get much worse than that. You're right.
Abed making that level 5 rotation. We saw that in the last game, but it happened about 2.5 minutes later. So Primal Beast not scared to make a move even without his ultimate.
And he's looking to make another move as well. He buys himself a smoke. Uncharacteristic of a mid laner.
They've got a ward scouting this one out, so I don't think they're going to be too worried. They should know about this coming.
But Lelis up pretty far. Was at the small camp there, and he might end up caught.
Yeah, he will get scouted out. Not much he can do about this one. Tries to even pop the fairy fire, huh? So Abed gets level 6 off of that. That will be the onslaught. 2 successful ganks now from him. I think said Zeus is also level 6. So you have to be very careful of the burst damage that comes out. And Saberlight, I think, knowing that bottom lane, is he's forced to Spirit Siphon up off of these illusions.
So one charge available, put some damage into Yamson, and that's exactly what it's going to do. But
they're going to turn it back around here.
Yep. Fairy fire, sorry, infused raindrop's going to deny a little bit of this damage. You have
no more Spirit Siphon damage, or no more Spirit Siphon.
They got him. The question is, will Zeus take it? Yeah, absolutely. He knew about the raindrop. He was just being patient. Gunner mid lane, though. Whoa.
He's got a TP out.
What
a gamer! Is he going to make it? He couldn't get him with the pulverize. He's out. Man, he survived that one.
He's sitting there like, where the hell is he?
If Abed was really good at Dota, he would have pulverized that that potato there.
Yeah.
But, you know.
He's going to pulverize the silencer instead. Husky goes down. Ooh, the question is, can Yamson get out? Saberlight wants some revenge, but it's a scary dive under the tower, so they will disengage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now Fly's transferred over to the mid lane to just kind of soak up this XP here. Gunner kind of just left alone. The Primal Beast says, screw it, I don't really want to lane anymore now that I'm 6. I'm just full-time gank mode. Hits top twice, bottom once, and now Fly is able to get some XP, get a little bit closer to his 6.
I think he's going to try and find the Zeus here mid with this smoke. Like, they've also got crit rotating over, but they do have a ward that is scouting this rotation, so.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Abed, he's found him. Tries to get the heavenly jump out, but it's not going to work. The pulverize to follow if he even needs it. One more auto attack. That is it. Primal Beast finds the big kill there onto the Zeus. Abed now up to 4-0 already.
They tried to, they realized that Gunner saw that ward there, tried to get the D ward off on it. There was a fire spirit up on the high ground, but that is not the angle that they saw it coming from.
Yeah, now Arteezy hits 6 up on the top lane, just goes Dragon Form just to farm up, and I think a little bit of a skirmish there, but you know, his lane's been pretty quiet, but he's second highest on the net worth, and the Doom and Undying haven't really been able to shut him down all that much. They look like they've had good lanes themselves, but you know, it's not a complete shutdown like you might be hoping for.
Yeah. Shopify with a little bit of advantage at net worth, despite the fact you have Doom on your side on nouns. So.
Yeah. Exorcism popped off on bottom.
Oh, yeah, they're just going to dive out on Husky here. So that's a freebie. The question is, will they be able to finish the tower? I mean, look at the creep drag there on the illusions, trying to hold this one back, but Saberlight has no problem cutting the wave, so this tier 1 tower is going to take a lot of damage.
Yeah, and that was what I was saying, was Naga's going to leave the lane, Silencer's going to try to hold it, but Silencer was a little bit further out. It wasn't like hiding in the trees and just, you know, throwing arcane curses, was rather kind of standing up in the lane and was able to get Spirit Siphon, and that kind of gave Saberlight the opening that he needed. But Husky comes back down to try to continue nuking out the creep waves here. More action as well as Yamson and Lelis come in.
They get the Spirit Siphon. The Tombstone does come down, as they're going to have to focus that one right away. And Avalanche doing some work, but Saberlight with another Siphon. Do they get the kill? He's still alive through it all. The Thunder God's Wrath wasn't enough, but finally Lelis with one more auto attack will find the kill, and now they chase for more. Husky, does he have the damage to finish off Fly? No, the TP out is there. So, ends up being a decent catch there, but a lot committed. I mean, that's Thunder God's Wrath down, and you still lose the tower.
Radiant's middle tower is about to be a pile of smoking rock.
Yeah, Raindrop putting work is keeping the Death Prophet alive way longer. Imagine he's through using them now. The DP having a much harder game this time around than the last time, which is decent for nouns. But yeah, you commit a lot more resources there than you want to, and this is giving everyone on the side of Shopify Rebellion time to farm up. Abed is looking very big right now. 4-0, 56 last hits. Top of the net worth on a Primal Beast.
Yeah, he is having a great time.
Arteezy not far behind him. And if DK's getting this kind of farm before he even gets his Aghanim Shard, you're in for some problems. This hero usually farms at the beginning of the map pretty slowly. It's hard to zone out a lane, but he doesn't clear out creep camps very fast. And he's looking to solve that issue before the 15-minute mark. He's got this Maelstrom queued up right now. I haven't seen this in ages.
That one's interesting.
I haven't either, but I like it. I mean, Maelstrom, and then eventually with the Shard as well, you've got the tools to deal with the Naga. And I'm sure that Ancient Black or the Black Dragon will come out at some point, which also very scary against the Naga. So I don't think Shopify is lacking in late game here. You know, despite going for kind of this unconventional mid hero in the safe lane.
Abed with an invis rune. Need to be a little bit careful around here. It looks like they're potentially thinking of going for a play onto the DK top, but
Let's go for the mid tower.
I don't think they have the damage.
Oh.
Yeah, they're gonna try and come back to defend mid tower instead. Abed's still hiding in the
rune on
trees.
Abed, but he's standing on top of a sentry. I wonder if he. Okay.
Did they get vision on him with that bolt?
They did. No, they saw him just for a sliver there.
So they know he's there.
In the
with
fog.
him.
They do know the Primal Beast is here. Saberlight.
I mean, it's hard to commit onto him. He's got Spirit Siphon. He's got the mechanism completed.
Oh, he goes in. That's the blink reveal. Global Science comes through as well as they drop the tombstone and move. He's got to get into the fight. They've got to find a way to kill this DP. But are they going to be able to? It looks like they might be able to. Nice, nice grab. They needed to find the kill onto the Death Prophet there to actually make these rotations worth it, as they're still farming top lane here on RTZ.
Yeah, but they need to make something more happen here, more than this kill on the Death Prophet, because you're losing the top tower while this is going on. You pop the other dragon form, get that chip damage in.
Yeah, and the one nice difference in Nouns draft here against DP now is that they do have the they have a bit of that burst. I mean, I was talking about that against DP. You want to be able to kill that hero before you know, it can really make use of the Spirit Siphon. And with the Zeus and the Silencer, they've got a good chunk of magic damage that they're able to use there. And you saw that even, you know, Saberlight gets the mech off, is able to kind of walk it off, gets the Spirit Siphon, but still drops. RTZ.
I mean, they've got a smoke.
I mean, this is the issue with your supports. Like, you don't have anyone that can actually get on top of this dragon. Like, what kill potential do you have on him? Undying and Silencer. Like, he's here. RTZ's here by himself. He's like, push the tower. In a normal game, you're not allowed to be here.
Yeah. And I mean, Tombstone's on cooldown too. I think that's what they were waiting for maybe, but like, you know, meanwhile, RTZ farms a whole camp, walks safely back to his tower, and now Silencer gets bored and goes mid. It's, yeah. It was a big move for them to realize that, okay, we can't actually kill this hero.
Yeah, like, how do you yap the distance on him? Well, Tombstone's slow and Arcane Curse slow, I guess. But now he's so close to his tower. Even if you commit the Doom onto him, I'm not sure you get the kill. You find Fly on the other side of the map, though.
Good old last word counter to the Phoenix top lane. They're going to go for it. There's the Doom, plus the Undying Tombstone. But oh my goodness, Abed.
Yeah.
So much damage. They do have Thunder God's Wrath in 20 seconds. He's going to try and bring down the DK before they can get the deny. They won't be able to. Lelis just don't the damage. They don't get the cancel on the TP for Abed. A little bit of a mistake there from Gunner.
Was it on cooldown?
No, he bolted the Tiny by mistake.
Yeah, probably bolted the ground a little bit too close to him.
And bottom lane, Global Science out onto the Death Prophet. Yamson's going to try and lay into him. He's popped the mech to try and TP on home. Do they have the damage? There's the Thunder God's Wrath. That'll do it. Cannot TP back now as top lane. They've done a decent chunk of damage here with this Undying. And Fly does have the egg available, of course, but he's actually just going to send it. What a Chad play here. Just really defending this tower.
He's going to off on the tower because of that.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he does.
Gives them nothing. That is
Position
sick.
5 zones the 4 and the mid by himself there.
Definitely worth it.
Abed. They saw him under the ward. Scan does come through. He knows kind of where Gunner is. He does have in the heavenly jump. He gets a what a blink play from Abed. And this honestly,
Can't hide from the Primal Beast.
it doesn't. I feel like if you kill the Primal Beast when he's like trying to TP on home, like this doesn't probably happen.
Yeah, cascade of little things, and yeah, Abed gets that blink dagger, comes back out, and makes instant use of it. Well, he's had it for a little bit, hasn't he?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
mid lane will go down. Saberlight actually commits the Exo for this. But slight gold advantage right now for the side of Shopify. Not a huge one, but honestly, Primal Beast looking scary as he's got the Yule Scepter queued up into an Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they have a gold advantage against a Doom with a Midas says a lot about the state of this game. So Shopify are just out farming nouns all over the map.
It's a pretty late Midas too.
Yeah, no, the one thing that I think we should be looking for is just whether Yamson will be able to kind of start pulling Shopify heroes around a little bit. I think, you know, they've got a pretty static lineup, and that Phoenix and Death Prophet and DK all kind of want to be clumped up a little bit, pushing towers. And if this Naga can kind of start being a thorn in the side, a little bit of action top before we get back to that.
Yeah, they saw exactly what they were underneath that ward.
Oh boy, did they. And that is going to be a quick couple of kills here for Abed, as his Primal Beast is becoming a massive problem.
They go up top to harass a Phoenix, and they can't even find a kill on them. They just both die.
Mid lane, Lelis getting it ran down here as Abed again blinks on in, pops the trample. 10
this is Abed's,
9 and 0. Oh my god.
This is Abed's hallmark, man. Like, it doesn't matter the hero, doesn't matter if it's Storm, Batrider, and now Primal Beast. Like, he just kind of has this mindset of just gank, catch, gank, catch. He's bloodthirsty, man. He just looks at the map and he sees a hero and he decides that they're dead. And that's about all there is to it. He's ridiculous. It's crazy.
It is going to be the Maelstrom into Manta for the Dragon Knight, kind of that expected build. Obviously, we didn't really talk about it yet, but the illusions do gain the benefits of the Elder Dragon form. So, especially when you get to the eventual Aghanim Scepter, it's really easy to kite these heroes out. They get free pathing. You can just split push waves, towers, anything. It's really strong. And he's top net worth, man. This DK, he's got the Maelstrom, Falcon Blade, and now a casual Yasha, all completed. Mid lane, blink reveal from Crit. He's caught the Undying as the onslaught comes through to chain stun down Lelis. They get themselves another kill. He has 10 of the 11 kills on Shopify right now.
Yeah,
and he refuses to not get that last hit. 10-0 and 0, not even an assist to his name. He's all kills, baby.
He's definitely the protagonist of this game.
Yeah. The rest of nouns are NPCs just living in Abed's world.
Yeah.
Okay. Your Doom does have a BKB. The same ward's going to scout out Yamsun top. He does have Song as well as the Manta style, but they're going to continue the chase here into the trees. Silence does... I mean, it's being held. They get the Avalanche to toss the Exorcism as well. Yamsun's pops the Manta, tries to Song, but he's got to get out of here. Crit, however, is dealing with Lelis the hard way. Gunner just dying solo to Abed as the global silence comes out, and now Lelis, he's extended too far. They end up getting 2. They still have the Exorcism running. They can get the tower. Lelis, however, might be in some trouble as Abed just charges on through. Set up another kill here onto Nouns.
And the heroes just start melting. They lose 3 there. Doom is forced to just get back, so he finishes a BKB and he isn't able to take this fight because they're bleeding kills. They use all of their ultimates just offensively there, and this is going to allow Shopify to keep up the pressure.
Yeah, the objective damage on Shopify Rebellion is just crazy too. I mean, the Exorcism with the DK, buildings are gonna start melting here.
I mean, they've got obviously this Blink Dagger here on Crit. He's looking for his opening onto Moo, and he is gonna get it. He does have a BKB, Avalanche, and the toss. They will just force the BKB out right away as maybe he can... I mean, you can't even find the kill onto the Tiny. He needs help. It's going to be Yamsun coming in on the Naga Siren to try and root him up. There's going to be the egg. A Doom comes out onto the Death Prophet, and now Saberlight, the one who's extended just a little bit too far, but Mood dies anyway. They've caught Lelis. Tombstone does go down for the moment, but Abed doesn't care. He just walks away. Fly with the dive as well. A 2-for-1. Thunder God's Wrath, Global, and Doom all committed for the DP.
Yeah, not to mention that first BKB, so Doom could survive long enough for them to close in there.
Yeah, Manta style finished up on the Dragon Knight here. He's shoving in bottom, looking at that tier 2, and I don't think he's really scared. He might just be able to hit it on his own. Yeah, goes straight into the Dragon form. Mid tower denied by Shopify. Crit gets that, and then they're just going to heal up with the Sunrays. So,
nice, Manta.
Yeah, looking for a refresh here.
Ooh. Yeah, Manta's off the.
Manta dodges the Infernal Blade, yeah.
Middle of the
You gave
attack
Arteezy a chance to build Manta style, man. That's that's what you get.
He's gonna Manta dodge if he has Manta style.
Dude, he's just gonna farm so fast on this hero now. The Maelstrom combined with the Dragon form just constantly coming out is gonna be nuts. Smoke up from Shopify. They head into the triangle. They're not gonna find anything, but they will wrap around top. This Fly draws the line. He's like, they gotta be up here. There's nowhere else for them to be. And indeed is he right, as they will find this silencer. The toss does come through as he's looking for Gunner on the backside. No onslaught. Does have the Yules to buy him a little bit of space.
By the toss.
Husky? Gonna TP Yules to cancel Gunner, though. He is in trouble, and there is gonna be the quick finish off. So you lose the Zeus at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Yules Primal Beast in order to counter out these silences and these ensnares.
Yeah, and that could have gone even worse for Nouns there too. I think that, yeah, Abed started to channel the onslaught and then got tossed, so that got canceled, so he wasn't able to chase the Zeus as easily, and results in Husky getting out. But still, one hero down, and now an Aegis as well. So Shopify firmly in the driver's seat as this game progresses here.
If you're in the vicinity of Dire's top tower, I'd put on a hard hat. That baby is coming.
So you have this Doom, right, who is a pretty damn strong hero. The question is it enough to do you have enough damage on the side of Nouns this game? Because we've seen so far today, Shopify has done an incredible job at not bleeding almost any kills in these games. And I'm starting to worry again that they won't have enough damage to find the kills here in the late game again.
Yeah, I would say that is cause for concern. I mean, Death Prophet is working on a Lotus Orb, has the Guardian Greaves, and you've got another Lotus Orb coming out on Phoenix as well. So both of these heroes going to have some purges and saves for the other, as well as just general heals and stuff too. I mean, you know, Dragon Knight's very tanky on his own, and then you've got the Sunray and stuff behind him with the Greaves, etc. It's very hard to find kills for Nouns here. But they're going in, they find crit on the mid lane, and that's probably going to be one at least.
He should die here. Yeah, Gunner's going to snipe him. I mean, that's not really the kill you wanted. They were so close to finding Arteezy, but we'll just have to settle for that.
Yeah. Well, and again, it's another one of those how do you make plays with your support duo, right? Like the Undying and the Silencer. Yeah, now the Doom finally has his Blink, he's got Stomp, he's got Doom and BKB. Okay, Doom can be the playmaker now, but for so long, I mean, they just kind of weren't able to chase down and make these kills, and that's resulted in the economic advantage we see for Shopify at the moment. Smoke up from Shopify from their high ground. They got 3 heading right into the jungle with that Aegis, and
Husky is 100% holding the correct position, but they
Blink Dagger completed on Arteezy too, so that's something to watch out for. They got the Blink stun on.
Oh
now.
no,
they find the Naga.
Yeah, the one ward. They've been trying to figure out where this ward has been. Global Signs does come through, but Yamsun is just instantly dead as the ward expires. I mean, he literally thunderbolted like 3 different areas to try and find the ward and never did. Abed looking for Husky here. He's gonna get him with the Yules. We'll cancel out that TP, a toss as well, as Arteezy's gonna come in, help pick up this kill. 13-0 now on this Primal Beast. Dude, it is a massive problem. I don't know how you deal with the Primal Beast anymore.
Yeah, and he's got that Dispel talent on Uproar as well, which is just gravy on top of this game. I mean, the Silencer threw out all his spells there, and he just purges it off, doesn't have to use the Yules, doesn't have to do nothing. Keeps running forward and finds his kill and moves on. So, yeah, Primal is absolutely terrifying this game.
You sold me a gravy, my friend.
Did I sell you on cheese curds as well?
Ooh, I love me a good cheese curd.
Hell yeah. I found out just the other day that you can go to Costco and get cheese curds on the side of your poutine so that they don't get too, you know, too cold and melty before you get home, and it's changed my life. And you know what? Like, it's cheaper than buying cheese curds literally anywhere else. I just grab like 3 sides of cheese curds sometimes, just take them home. I'm like, all right, I got poutine for days now.
That's
It's
a
great.
life hack, dude. Oh my goodness.
It is. You go up to the kiosk, you go extras, and then you can get extra gravies, extra cheese curds, and just keep them in the fridge, you know?
Scanning for enemies. Maybe for friends. They look unfamiliar.
This is the content everyone's here for. How to get cheese
I've been
curds.
gaining a lot of weight lately.
Do they even sell poutine at Costco's in America?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, really?
Probably.
I know they don't in a lot of restaurants, but it's everywhere. Here.
Man, they stopped serving the Montreal smoked meats at Costco, and I was pretty chapped about that. Those were good.
Talking about smoked meats, we can talk about a smoke out from Shopify. Oof.
Nice one.
Nice transition.
We do the best we can here. Lelis gonna just break that, or rather, just be the unfortunate casualty. there.
Break Lelis. Man, he's
ward
absolutely
here.
destroyed there.
Yeah,
but,
Nouns looks lost, man. Like, I feel like when they got the Blink Dagger on this Doom, they needed to be looking for something. They needed to be smoking. And I know they were up against like an Aegis, but like Arteezy spent a lot of this game kind of alone, just hitting sidewaves and stuff. Like, you know, I feel like you got to put something together here where, yeah, okay, we've got Doom. Let's just see if we can find a solo Death Prophet or a solo DK or something, and then just, you know, hit them and TP out. But they're kind of just meandering, you know, like it feels like stuff is just happening to them, and they're letting it. It's unfortunate.
I mean, they don't really have the ability to make plays on their own, though.
Yeah.
This is the problem with your support duo, the Undying Silencer. Like, who initiates? We saw them try to go onto the Dragon Knight like, what, 10, 15 minutes ago. They wait for him by the tier 1 tower, and they go, okay, now what?
Yeah.
They weren't sure what to do as a result of the support duo. So all they can do is try to stall this game out, split push with the Naga Siren, hope Doom outfarms them with the Devour and this Hand of Midas. They can defend high ground with Gunner on the Zeus, and I mean, 9k net worth advantage is pretty significant, but I suppose it could be worse.
Yeah, and I mean,
where do you go from here?
Yeah, the net worth charts aren't as ugly as one would think. I mean, with Naga pretty close to the top there, fight breaking out on mid though.
They're gonna try to turn this around. I mean, Lelis pops the Golem, tries to run into the Nimbus, but it's just not enough. They will clean up the Tombstone as well, as the Naga illusion grab themselves another kill. I mean, this was the Nimbus reveal.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yeah,
is getting
a lot of the difference in net worth there is on the supports as well. I mean, both of them are about 3 to 4k ahead of their counterparts, and you know, the cores are definitely better off on Shopify, but only marginally. So you know, maybe there is some hope for these cores on Nouns to bring something out in a big fight, but
Oh my! You see what Arteezy's building? He's going Radiance Manta style Dragon Knight.
No, he's
Oh, yeah,
going.
dude.
It is
No,
a
he's going-
Radiance.
Radiance, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good into the Naga Siren. Your illusions just get all the evasion. So, top lane, Doom tried to find a killer on Crude, has to TP on out. And you just lose the Silencer. That was the BKB as well.
Oh, and Yamson off in no man's land here, being chased by Abed, and the courier's going to spot him out.
He's got
He's got
Manta into Song if he can
not
get it
gonna be-
off, but yeah, there it is. That is so. He
barely.
was a quarter second away from being dragon tailed and dying.
I think if Abed just goes for the pulverize there, he gets him, but yeah, he was kind of trying to greed it out a little bit and use the trample to maximum damage before he started hitting.
All right, that is Manta.
And yeah,
Radiance,
there's the
Dragon
Radiance.
Knight.
Woo.
This
That
is
a
an
scary
item that
eco.
Naga Siren just hates playing against.
Yeah. And he hasn't even bothered with that fireball. I mean, I know it's like core DK is a little different, but I was like, it's still so good this game. Like, I feel like you would just do it anyways, but
Guess you don't have the mana for it.
yeah.
Oh, they're gonna get a nice fight here. Global Sign's breaking out, but he gets the Lotus Orb into the egg perfectly, and now Crit stuck inside this Nimbus, but the Tombstone's gonna crack, and then the Doom on the backside will catch the Primal Beast as Moose gotta run away. Saberlight able to just zone him out. You lose Lelis. In comes Husky trying to do something, but it's just not enough. There's way too much damage coming out from the side of Shopify, and again, We said they're gonna lack to find kills on nouns. What do? Avalanche just barely cancels the TP as Arteezy finds him. Triple kill now for him as he just pops that Manta. TP's on bottom and is gonna continue farming. They managed to scout Yamsun. I mean, he has a DD here. It's a lot of damage, but it's just still not enough, dude. This DK is just way too fat. He just cleaned up the illusions instantly.
Yeah. Splash damage, Radiance burn. What do you drop the Thunder God's Wrath?
Just try to grab Fly.
Oh. Just missed him as well. But
the purges and mitigation from Shopify are just overwhelming at this point. I mean, they've got the Greaves, they've got 2 Lotus Orbs, they've got a pipe on crit, and you know, Matt style on Arteezy and stuff. Like, the silencer is completely nullified at this point, and you know, all the magic damage from Zeus kind of also nullified. It's so tough for nouns to play at this point. There's too many key items up on Shopify.
I mean, Abed just feels invincible. He has a heart coming out now. He's level 20, gets the trample attack damage multiplier, and he bought a heart. Like, how do you ever kill the Primal Beast?
I'm not sure you have the damage for it at this point. I mean, at the very least, you've got Aghanim Shard on Zeus. Like, you do percentage-based damage to him, but you're gonna have to go through a lot of HP. It's got a lot of regen too. Heart and Kaya-Sanj.
Yeah, and I mean, eventually with this Doom having the percentage damage on Infernal Blade, with the Zeus, maybe you find him alone, but alone is the key part, right? When are you ever going to find this Primal Beast in a place where he doesn't have a Pipe Aura around him, a Greaves around him, a Lotus around him? Like, you know, it's
long enough for you to kill him as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, just like that, Roche goes down. Artur will take the Aegis, and they will take the Shard for the Death Prophet. So the Fear now attached to the Spirit Siphon, which is quite nice.
Something I kind of just clued into as well. There's not a single BKB on Shopify, and when you look at this nouns team, you know, it kind of screams BKB. You go, oh yeah, Zeus damage. Oh yeah, silence purge. Oh yeah, you don't want to get ensnared or whatever, but they're just massing up on these purges, and it's more than enough, you know.
Yeah, why go for this 90-second cooldown item when you can go for a 15-second cooldown dispel instead?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Gunner, he gets found in the trees. He's all alone. Oh no, dude, he just dies instantly.
If they get on top of him, he's got no escape items, nothing for survivability, gone all in on damage. He's managed to find some kills for it. And he makes it difficult for them to break high ground on the side of nouns, but he does just die very fast. Abed's build is kind of a solution to that one. Be able to
easy spots Husky out on top.
Husky playing ring around the rosy with Arteezy here. I don't know if you're gonna get actually away from. Oh, yeah, he's eventually gonna. He says screw it. He pops the dragon for him. He's tired of this. He's like, okay, man. 2 can play this game.
It does force the ultimate out of him. That's something.
Level 22 on the Dragon Knights. That is terrifying. Elder Dragon form attack range, and then of course he'll take the AoE Dragon Tail at 25. Pretty much the game-winning talent against the Naga Siren. You have nothing that you can do against the DK.
And by the time this Aegis expires, he'll be able to fill in that item slot with that Aghanims and have the Black Dragon at that point too, which is just even more terrifying.
Yeah. I mean, forcing him to pop the Dragon form was good, though. It means for this next team fight, you're not going to have other Dragon form available. So we'll have to waste a good portion of this Aegis.
But the Dragon Knight split push begins.
Yeah, they'll have 2 minutes left on the Aegis when the next Dragon form comes up again, though. So they might just chip out this top tier 2 because it's really low, and then look for a high ground with the last half of that Aegis there.
Yeah. Aghanim Scepter is already coming out, so I think that it's used to... Actually, they'll use it to chip out the tower. Because, again, I think this does like 30 or 40 DPS to buildings with the illusions.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's good as one I'd call broken.
Yeah.
Potatoes, potatoes.
Football, horse racing, rugby, cricket, or Radiant's top tower just got stopped a bit on Radiant's top tower.
Tossed it into his inventory.
Yeah, I don't think I'd
Awkward.
read the tooltip on Dragon Form, or like on the Ags Dragon Form before. Like I knew it to make a DK strong, but I didn't know it gave
How strong?
25% increased magic resistance.
Yeah, you get an extra
That was well, yeah.
25% magic resist. It's quite good. All right, there's the Doom. The fight that they want to try and start this one off. Onto the Death Prophet. She is going to get double force staffed out. The egg is there as well, but the Death Prophet, is she going to burn down? It's super close with the fight. It's happening in the base. It's going to be RTZ just diving the back line. They force the buyback out from the silencer. They get Lelis. Yamsun on the run. He's going to have to pop the song. All the while, Saberlight lived. They didn't find the kill onto that Death Prophet. You've lost 2. Gunner caught out as well. No way to escape as the Pulverize will connect. And that is a really rough game now as the GG gets called. They know this one is over.
Yeah, not even able to take out Saberlight. The Guardian Greaves enough HP regen from that on top of his Kaya-san, increasing duration, increasing that healing. Just couldn't finish off any of these heroes. And despite a better start to this game, Shopify managed to pull ahead and close out the game. I mean, so methodical with how they ended. This time, finally breaching the high ground instead of baiting the heroes out, though. That is the biggest difference between this one. But they took their sweet time doing it. This one, 26 minutes instead of the 20 to 30-minute games that we saw against 5rat and game 1 against Nouns.
I mean, just
Yeah, this was. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I would say just another insane performance from Abed 2 games in a row. Like, this guy is absolutely popping off. They have to find ways to address him for game 3 for sure.
Yeah, and it was, just like I think Nouns got off to a better start there. They found a bit of an answer to that Death Prophet. Saberlight wasn't having as great a time bottom, like didn't get as many last hits and stuff. And Gunner actually did okay mid. He was farming up. He was even on net worth. He was doing okay. But then Abed just started moving. And what do you do at that point? His ganks were just on point. He hit every single one of them and was 10-0-0 at some point. Like, you just can't let that happen. You need either better wards, better disengage, something to control him. I don't know what the answer is, but yeah, like you said, the man's a madman. It's wild.
Nev currently up 2-0 over Nouns. Your boys have what it takes to try and reverse sweep this or even get a single win. Are they going to get swept here in the grand finals? What's going on, man?
They're going to need to change things up. I don't think the support duo is doing it for them. They need some more potential actually get on top of people, blow them up. I didn't like the dying for the previous game. I'm not crazy about it this one either. You did a better job at shutting down DK, but you just allowed Abed to pop off by not having any support with stuns here.
Yeah.
And they didn't even have to build a single BKB. I mean, Kadak, you were pointing this one out. It's a bunch of Lotus Orbs for Dispels. It is insane that you can play Dota without a BKB in current year. So I think this is a sign that strategy isn't working. Change it up. Thankfully, this is a best of 5, though, so they have time to adapt.
All right. We'll see if it's been time enough. 2 quick games now for Shopify, but we're going to go to another break here, and we'll be back with game 3 here of this grand finals. Stay tuned, everyone. Here, this is the BTS Pro Series Season 14. We'll see you in a sec.